Welcome to another deep dive.
Yeah.
Today we're looking at something pretty unique.
Mm.
Excerpts from the raw material?
Oh, wow. Yeah. Ever heard of it?
Absolutely, yeah. Familiar with that one.
So it's this collection of channeled communications
Right.
recorded back in the 1980s, and it gets pretty mind-bending, let me tell you.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about metaphysics,
Okay.
extraterrestrial contact,
That's right.
even the spiritual evolution of humankind.
I love it.
Buckle up.
Yeah, the material really doesn't shy away from the big questions.
No, it doesn't.
It goes right into the nature of reality,
Right?
reincarnation,
Yeah.
the purpose behind UFO encounters,
Uh-huh.
all revolving around this core concept called the Law of One,
Well, awful.
which Ra describes as the fundamental principle governing the entire universe.
Whoa. Okay, the law of one.
Yeah.
That sounds a little intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
Where do we even begin to unpack something that big?
Well, think of it like this. Imagine a universal Wi-Fi network.
We're all connected to it.
Right.
And the quality of our connection, so to speak,
Okay.
depends on our individual frequencies.
Okay.
The law of one emphasizes this interconnectedness,
Right.
suggesting that we're all part of this
Okay.
grand unified web of existence.
I like that analogy. So it's not just about some abstract cosmic rule,
No.
but about how we connect with each other
Yeah.
and the universe around us.
Absolutely.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
Ra,
Mm.
the source of these communications,
Okay.
describes the law of one as being closely aligned with love and light.
Okay.
It suggests that understanding and living in harmony with this law
Right.
is key to our spiritual evolution.
Okay, hold on. We need to back up for a second.
Sure.
Who or what is Ra?
Right. Good point.
Yeah.
Ra identifies as social memory complex,
Okay.
essentially a collective consciousness of extraterrestrial beings
Whoa.
from a higher density.
Okay.
Think of it like this.
Yeah.
If we're in the third grade of understanding the universe,
Okay.
they're in high school,
Right.
they've moved beyond the individual ego
Right.
and merged into a unified being of pure consciousness.
A collective consciousness of extraterrestrial beings.
Yeah.
That's a lot to process.
I know, right?
And they're communicating with us?
Right.
What do they want?
Well, Ra claims to be part of something called the
Uh-huh.
Confederation of Planets in the service of the infinite creator.
Wow.
It's a group of civilizations from across the cosmos,
Okay.
dedicated to assisting the spiritual development of other planets,
Mm-hmm.
including ours.
So they're like a cosmic Peace Corps,
Mhm.
here to help us evolve.
You could say that.
Okay.
And according to Ra,
Yeah.
their involvement with Earth goes way back.
Okay.
They claim to have contacted ancient civilizations,
Oh, really?
like the Egyptians
Right.
and South America.
You know, now that you mention it,
Hmm.
I've always been fascinated by those ancient cultures,
Yeah.
especially the pyramids. Did Ra have anything to do with those?
Ra claims to have influenced the construction of pyramids,
Really?
not as tombs,
Right.
but as tools for healing and spiritual initiation.
Wow.
Imagine harnessing that kind of energy.
I know.
It definitely adds a whole new dimension to how we view those structures.
Yeah, it's blowing my mind.
Right.
Okay, so they've been nudging us along for centuries.
It seems so.
But are they just working from afar?
Mm.
Or are they more
Yeah.
hands-on?
Well, this is where things get really interesting.
Okay.
The raw material introduces this concept of wanderers.
Wanderers.
Yeah.
As in space nomads.
Not quite.
Okay.
They describe wanderers as beings from higher densities
Okay.
who choose to incarnate on Earth,
Mm.
essentially taking on human form to help us evolve.
So like undercover agents?
In a way, yeah.
Wow.
Imagine
Yeah.
you might be one of the 65 million wanderers yourself.
65 million.
Yeah.
Wow. But if they're from higher densities,
Right.
as you put it,
Yeah.
wouldn't they remember who they are?
Well, that's the catch.
Okay.
The material describes a forgetting process that
Oh.
occurs when they incarnate.
Right.
It's like a cosmic veil obscuring their memories and origins.
Mm-hmm.
It adds a level of challenge and complexity to their mission.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would be a bit like cheating, wouldn't it?
Right.
But is there any way for them to remember who they are?
Interestingly, the material mentions a case of hypnotic regression,
Oh, wow.
where someone recalled a life on another planet.
Really?
It's just one example,
Right.
but it raises fascinating questions about the nature of memory
Yeah.
and our hidden potential.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got this confederation guiding us.
Right.
Potentially millions of wanderers among us,
Uh-huh.
all working towards
Mm.
what? exactly.
Yeah, what's the end game here?
What's the end game?
Well, Ray describes a concept of cyclical evolution.
Okay.
Imagine it like levels in a video game.
Yeah.
Each level presents new challenges,
Okay.
unlocks greater abilities.
Right.
We're currently in level 3,
Okay.
developing our self-awareness
Yeah, right.
and making choices
Uh-huh.
that determine our next level.
Okay.
And guess what?
What?
We're approaching the end of this level.
Wait, so you're saying there's a time limit?
Yeah.
Like a cosmic deadline?
Well, Ron refers to it as a harvest.
A harvest?
Yeah.
Okay.
It happens at the end of a 75,000-year cycle. And we're nearing the end of that cycle right
A
now.
harvest. What exactly does that mean?
Mm.
Are we the crop?
In a way, yes.
Okay.
Based on our individual choices and spiritual development,
Right.
we'll graduate to the next density,
Okay.
which is like leveling up to a plane of greater understanding and connection.
This is getting pretty intense.
Yeah.
So we're not just talking about individual growth here,
Right.
but a collective shift in consciousness.
Exactly.
But are we all headed to this next level together?
Unfortunately, no. Ras suggests that not everyone will be ready to make that transition.
So what happens to those who aren't ready? Do they get left behind?
It's not about punishment or being left behind.
Okay.
Ross suggests they'll simply repeat the third density cycle on another planet.
Okay.
It's like repeating a grade in school.
Right.
Another chance to learn and grow.
That makes me feel a little better.
Yeah.
It's not about pass or fail, but about moving at our own pace.
Exactly.
But if we're all working towards this harvest, wouldn't it be easier if everyone was on the same page?
Yeah, I mean...
Surely there are some forces working against this collective evolution.
Right.
Yeah.
Rad does describe another group.
Okay.
The Orion group.
Orion group.
Which has a very different agenda.
Okay. I have a feeling these are the bad guys you alluded to earlier.
You could say that.
Right.
They're portrayed as a service-to-self-oriented group focused on control and manipulation.
Okay.
Imagine a cosmic tug-of-war with the Confederation pulling us towards unity. And the Orion group trying to keep us separate and in fear.
Wow.
Rai even describes it as a thought war.
A thought war.
Yeah, with both sides vying for influence over humanity's evolution.
That sounds a little like science fiction.
It does, right?
But it does make you wonder about all the conflicting information and ideologies we're bombarded with every day.
Right.
Could that be part of this cosmic struggle?
It's certainly a possibility.
Yeah.
Ra suggests that both groups use telepathic contact and influence, subtly shaping our thoughts and beliefs.
Right.
And if we're not careful, we can get caught in the crossfire.
Okay, so we've got these two cosmic forces pushing and pulling us in different directions.
Yeah, the cosmic dance.
But where do UFO sightings fit into all of this? Are they evidence of this extraterrestrial intervention?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And one that the material addresses directly.
Okay.
Ross suggests that some UFO encounters
Okay.
are indeed genuine interactions with extraterrestrials,
Okay.
both from the Confederation and the Orion group.
So some are real,
Yeah,
but not all of them.
right.
What about the others?
Yeah.
Are they just hoaxes or hallucinations?
Ross suggests that some encounters could be what they call thought form projections.
Thought form projections.
Think of it like a very vivid dream,
Okay.
but shared by multiple people.
So our own minds are playing a role in shaping these encounters.
It seems so.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
But what's the purpose? Why would either group choose to interact with us in this way?
Well, like everything else,
Yeah.
it depends on their motivations. The Confederation, as you might expect,
Yeah.
aims to inspire spiritual growth,
Okay.
to subtly nudge us towards the law of one. They're like the cosmic whisperers, planting seeds of awareness.
Okay, that makes sense.
Right.
It's in line with their overall mission.
Yeah.
But what about the Orion group? Why would they bother with UFO encounters?
Right.
It can't all be about scaring people, can it?
One person in the material described their hypnotic regression experience
Okay.
as being on an alien spacecraft
Right.
and undergoing an intense examination. They woke up terrified.
Oh, wow.
The raw material claims the Orion group projects these thought form experiences,
Right.
not to physically harm anyone,
Okay.
but to exploit and manipulate. They feed off our fear and doubt,
All right.
trying to keep us trapped in lower densities.
That's unsettling.
Yeah.
But it makes me think about how my own thoughts and fears
Right.
might be contributing to the negativity I see in the world.
Exactly.
If our minds are that powerful, we need to be careful about what we're focusing on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that brings us to a crucial piece of advice
Okay.
that Ra emphasizes throughout the material.
Right.
The importance of seeking the heart of self.
Seeking the heart of self, what does that even mean?
It's about a deep inner exploration, understanding your own thoughts, emotions, and motivations.
Okay.
It's about shedding the layers of conditioning and programming, the societal expectations and fears that keep us from connecting with our true selves.
It sounds like a lifelong journey, not just a weekend retreat.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's a journey we're all on, whether we realize it or not.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing that we're not just physical beings, but spiritual beings having a human experience.
This is all incredibly mind-blowing.
I know, it's a lot.
But with the Confederation guiding us, potential wanderers among us, and this Orion group trying to hold us back, I can't help but wonder...
What's that?
If the Confederation is all about service to others, haven't they tried to intervene more directly in Earth's history?
That's a perceptive question.
Yeah.
And the answer is yes, they have.
Okay.
In fact, Rama mentions several historical interventions.
Oh, really?
Attempts to help humanity evolve.
Yeah.
They claim to have contacted the Atlanteans, Egyptians, and South American civilizations, offering knowledge and guidance.
So they've been actively involved in shaping our past.
It seems so.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Were those efforts successful?
Well, that's where things get complicated.
How so?
They talk about both successes and failures, highlighting how the information they provided was often distorted or misused.
Can you give an example?
They specifically mention Atlantis. Where advanced technology intended for peaceful purposes was ultimately used for conflict and destruction.
Wow.
It's a cautionary tale about the dangers of knowledge without wisdom.
So even with the best intentions, things can go wrong.
They can.
That makes me wonder why intervene at all. Why risk further complications?
It seems their commitment to helping us evolve runs deep. And they believe we have the potential to overcome these challenges, to learn from our mistakes and make wiser choices.
It sounds like they haven't given up on us.
No, they haven't.
Despite our messy history.
It doesn't seem like it.
Yeah.
In fact, they seem to be more active than ever.
Oh, really?
Especially with the rise of technology and the approaching harvest. They know this is a critical time for humanity.
Yeah.
And they're here to support us.
Okay.
In making the leap to the next level of consciousness.
This is all so much to process.
It is a lot.
It's like we're characters in a cosmic drama, caught between these forces of light and darkness, with the fate of humanity hanging in the balance.
That's a powerful way to put it.
Yeah, and it underscores the importance of the choices we make. Not just for ourselves, but for the collective.
Absolutely.
Wow, okay. So, stay tuned for part 2 of this deep dive into the raw material, where we'll explore more about spiritual evolution, the harvest, and what it all means for each of us.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
So picking up where we left off, let's explore this idea of cyclical evolution and what it means for us. The raw material talks about these different densities, almost like levels in a video game. Each representing a higher level of spiritual awareness.
Densities.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a concept I'm still trying to wrap my head around. If these densities are like levels in a game, where are we now?
Well, according to Ra,
Okay.
humanity is currently in third density.
Third density.
Which is all about developing self-awareness.
Okay.
And making choices that will determine our future.
So we're still in the tutorial level?
In a way, yes.
Okay.
And the harvest, that cosmic deadline we talked about, marks the transition to fourth density.
Second density.
Which is a whole new level of understanding and connection.
What's fourth density like? Is it all about flying cars and telepathy?
Haha, no.
Okay.
It's not about technological advancements, though those might come later. It's about a shift in consciousness. A deeper understanding of the law of one. And a stronger connection to the interconnectedness of all things.
Okay.
Ra describes it as a plane of love and understanding.
Okay, so it's not just about knowledge, but about how we apply that knowledge.
Exactly.
How we treat each other and ourselves. It's about becoming more compassionate.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's about recognizing our shared humanity and acting accordingly. It's about choosing love over fear. Understanding over judgment.
I can see how that would be a challenge.
Yeah.
Especially with all the negativity and division in the world right now.
Right.
It's easy to get caught up in the fear and forget about the bigger picture.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why seeking the heart of self is so important.
Right.
It's about cultivating those qualities of love and understanding within ourselves first.
Okay.
So we can then radiate them outwards.
So we're not just waiting for the world to change.
We're actively participating in creating that change through our own individual growth.
Exactly.
But what about those who aren't ready for this shift?
Right.
What happens to them during the harvest?
Remember that analogy of repeating a grade in school?
Yeah.
It's similar to that.
Okay.
Rave suggests that those who aren't ready to transition to fourth density will simply repeat the third density cycle on another planet.
Okay.
Giving them more time to learn and evolve.
So it's not about being punished or left behind,
No.
but about moving at our own pace.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's reassuring to know there's no cosmic cutoff point. But I have to ask,
Sure.
if we're all connected,
Right.
part of this universal web of existence, doesn't that mean we're constantly influencing each other? For better or for worse?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And one that the material addresses directly.
Okay.
Ren suggests that our thoughts and emotions
Right.
create an energy field.
That impacts those around us. Like ripples spreading out from a stone thrown into a pond.
So we're all contributing to this collective energy field.
It seems so.
Whether we realize it or not,
Yeah.
that's a pretty powerful concept. It means that every act of kindness,
Right.
every moment of compassion, can actually make a difference.
Precisely.
Wow.
And conversely,
Yeah.
every thought of anger, every act of cruelty adds to the negativity in the world. It's a reminder of the responsibility we each have to choose our thoughts and actions carefully.
This makes me think about the power of things like group meditation or prayer. If our individual thoughts have an impact, imagine what a group of people focused on love and healing could achieve.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Rhea talks about the amplification effect of group consciousness.
Right.
When people come together with a shared intention,
Oh, yeah.
their energy multiplies, creating a more powerful force for change.
It's like we're all threads in a tapestry, each one contributing to the overall pattern. And the more threads that vibrate with love and light, the more beautiful the tapestry becomes.
That's a beautiful analogy.
Yeah.
And it underscores the importance of not only our individual growth, but our collective evolution as a species.
Yeah. This is a lot to take in.
I know, right?
We've covered so much ground from the Law of One and the Confederation to Wanderers and the Harvest. But I can't help but wonder if this transition to fourth density is all about love and understanding. What does that mean for our everyday lives?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And one that we'll explore further in the next part of our deep dive.
Okay.
But in the meantime, let me leave you with this thought.
Okay.
If we truly are all connected, part of this universal web of existence, then maybe the most important thing we can do is to start treating each other like it.
That's a powerful reminder. And a great place to pause for now.
Yeah.
We'll be back with part 3 of this deep dive, where we'll explore the practical implications of the raw material and how we can apply these concepts to our own lives.
Looking forward to it.
We've been on quite a journey exploring the raw material. From extraterrestrial encounters and cosmic thought wars to the very nature of reality itself.
That's a lot.
But I have to admit, it's all starting to feel a little overwhelming. If this harvest is really approaching, what can we actually do to prepare? It feels like the world is already pretty chaotic.
It's understandable to feel that way.
Yeah.
Even Ra acknowledges this period of transition.
Okay.
Won't be a walk in the park.
Right.
They emphasize the importance of finding balance.
Okay, balance.
Yeah.
I hear that word a lot. But what does it actually look like in practice? Is this all about meditating for hours on end?
No.
Or renouncing all worldly possessions?
Not at all. It's about taking care of your physical,
Right.
mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Imagine a four-legged stool.
Okay.
Each leg representing a crucial aspect of your being.
Right.
If one leg is wobbly,
Yeah.
the whole thing becomes unstable.
I like that analogy.
Yeah.
So it's about creating a holistic approach to life, making sure all aspects are working together harmoniously.
Exactly.
But with everything going on in the world, it's hard enough to keep up with work family.
Right.
And maybe squeezing in a workout.
I know.
How do we add another layer of spiritual maintenance on top of that?
It doesn't have to be complicated.
Okay.
Start small.
All right.
Pay attention to what your body needs.
Right.
Nutritious food, movement, rest. It's like tuning a musical instrument.
Okay.
If the strings are too tight, the music will be discordant.
So self-care is a form of spiritual practice.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's about honoring the vessel that carries your soul. And don't forget about your mental and emotional well-being.
Okay.
Notice your thoughts. Are they mostly positive or negative?
Right.
Are you holding on to grudges or resentment?
Yeah.
These things weigh us down energetically.
It's like carrying around invisible baggage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Learning to let go of that baggage
through
forgiveness and self-compassion frees up so much energy. And of course, nurturing your spiritual side through meditation, prayer, or spending time in nature.
Right.
These practices help you connect with that inner source of peace and strength.
It sounds like it's all about making conscious choices, not just reacting to whatever life throws at us.
That's the essence of it. Becoming more aware of your thoughts, feelings, and actions allows you to make choices aligned with your highest good rather than being swept away by the currents of fear and negativity.
Speaking of negativity, we've talked about this Orion group and their agenda of control and manipulation. Yes.
If we're trying to raise our vibration, evolve towards love and light, how do we deal with those forces that seem to be working against us? Do we fight back?
It's a natural question.
Yeah.
But remember, Ra emphasizes that fear.
Right.
Is the very energy the Orion group feeds on, engaging in a thought war, only gives them more power.
So what's the alternative? Do we just ignore them and hope they go away?
The most powerful weapon we have against negativity, according to Ra, is love.
Okay, love.
Not the sentimental kind of love.
Right.
But a powerful, unwavering love that recognizes the interconnectedness of all things.
Okay, love is a weapon. I'm not sure I understand.
Right. How does that work? It's about shifting your focus.
Okay.
Instead of getting caught up in battling darkness, concentrate on radiating light.
Oh?
Cultivate love and compassion within yourself.
Right.
And let it overflow into your interactions with others.
Remember that analogy of the ripple effect?
Yeah.
Every act of kindness, every moment of understanding contributes to the collective shift towards a higher vibration.
It's like we're each holding a candle in the darkness.
Yeah.
And the more candles that are lit, the brighter the world becomes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about becoming beacons of love and light.
Right.
Not just for ourselves, but for those around us. And remember, the Orion group is not all powerful.
Okay.
They can only influence us if we allow them to.
So it's about choosing love over fear. Even when it's difficult.
It can be.
But with all the challenges we're facing in the world right now, climate change, social unrest, political division, it's hard to stay positive sometimes.
I understand.
It feels like we're taking 2 steps back for every step forward.
It's true. The path of evolution isn't always smooth.
Right.
There will be setbacks and challenges.
Yeah.
But Ra reminds us that those challenges are opportunities for growth, for strengthening our resolve.
Okay.
And deepening our understanding.
Right.
It's like a muscle.
Yeah.
The more we exercise it, the stronger it becomes.
This whole conversation is making me rethink my role in all of this. It's not just about waiting for the harvest to happen, but about actively participating in creating the world we want to see.
Exactly.
But if this shift in consciousness is really happening, how will we know? What will it look like?
Ra suggests we may see a growing polarization in the world.
Okay.
A clearer distinction between those who are aligned with the law of one and those who are clinging to fear and separation.
So things might get a little more intense before they get better.
It's possible.
Okay.
But remember, even in the midst of chaos, there's always hope.
Right.
And we have a choice in how we respond to that chaos, with fear or with love.
This deep dive into the raw material has been quite a ride.
It has.
It's challenged me to think differently about the universe, our place within it, and the power we each hold to create a brighter future.
I agree.
It's given me a lot to ponder, and I'm sure our listeners are feeling the same way.
Yeah, if these ideas have resonated with you, I encourage you to explore the raw material further.
Right.
It's a vast and complex body of work,
Yeah.
offering a unique perspective on the universe and our place within it.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Of course.
And remember, the journey of self-discovery and spiritual evolution is ongoing. We're all in this together.
We are.
Learning, growing, and striving to create a world that reflects the love and unity of the law of one.
A beautiful thought.
Until next time, keep seeking, keep questioning, and keep radiating the love that resides within you.
I love that.